Alright, so this is how you pack surfboards to travel by air. I've got a 6'1" squash tail and a 6'3" round tail here. You already saw the packing list on the previous screen. First, you want to start off by making sure your boards are clean. Scrape all the wax off, take the fins out. The reason I say to scrape the wax off is because your boards are going to be, even if you're going someplace where the water temperature is the same as where you're surfing today, your board's going to be subjected to different temperatures and stuff, so the wax may melt or whatever. So clean the wax off. Get yourself a fresh coat of wax when you get there. Plus, then you don't have to worry about it sticking to the inside of your bag or whatever. So the fins are out, boards are clean, and I'm loading the boards up into their day bags. And day bags are for day use. They're for going from your house to the beach. They're not for traveling only. My boards go in their respective day bags, and then from there they're going to go in a travel bag. That's the way I do it, and I've never had any problem doing it this way. So the other board that I've already closed up, that's an FCS day runner. It's got a zip closure. This is also an FCS day runner, but it's got a Velcro and clip closure. So getting these two in their day bags, I'm going to put my 6'1" on top of my 6'3" here, and because of the way the little strap is on that clip closure, the boards kind of nestle together. The next thing I'm going to do, this is like a blanket little sleeping bag thing that I have. It really is what it is a sleeping bag, but it's really lightweight. And I travel with it just because it's nice to have something just in case I end up in a hotel that's got gnarly sheets, or if I'm going to have to sleep on the floor or on the ground or something. It's just nice to have. Obviously, it's not something you have to have, but I like it, so I bring it. Anyway, so I've got a packet. So what I do is once my boards are stacked, I put my boards in this, which is two things. Number one, it gets it down there for me because I'm bringing it anyway. And the other thing it does is it helps camouflage the fact that I have two boards in my board bag from the airlines. Now what I'm doing is, this is a beach towel. It might seem silly to bring a beach towel because you can grab a towel just about any place you go, but for packing purposes it's nice because it helps fill in the space from the tip of your board, from the nose of your board. So I put it up there in the nose of the board like that to help protect it and travel. Now what I'm going to do is, this is my travel bag, and this is an FCS double travel cover. This is one without wheels. I just travel with shortboards, so I find that I don't need the wheels. It's a nice little board. That sleeve that I'm flipping over here, right there, is it's just a little divider protector sleeve, and I guess originally it was designed to put between boards, but again, I travel with my boards in their day bags, so don't really need it, but I leave it in there because it's an extra level of protection. Now, as I set these boards in here, one thing I want to point out is that I'm at the tail of the boards right now, and I'll point that out a little bit in a minute here, why that is. But there's in the travel bag there's a sleeve where I'm going to put some other things, and since my boards have tail pads on them, the things that I'm going to put in those pockets or sleeves in the travel bag, I feel like they could potentially damage my boards, so that's why I put the tails down there, because they do have the traction pads, and it adds another level of just keeping my boards safe. Alright, so I've flipped over the little protective sheet there. Now I've got my leash and my fins and everything, little knickknacks, wax, and it's got this little flip-up deal there, and where you see it's black there, that's actually like a gray, or it's actually like a mesh pocket. But I lay my leashes underneath there, and I just take 2 leashes, but you could easily fit more leashes. So I lay them out there just so that everything's just kind of evenly distributed, and then in those pockets up above, you'll see here in a second, I'm going to put my fins. Now I've got 4 sets of fins, and there are 3 little pockets there. The center pocket is bigger than the 2 on the sides, so I can actually fit 2 sets of fins in there. so I can get all my fins in these pockets. Get that squared away, and then it's just got a Velcro closure, so I'm going to flip this flap back over, and that'll hold the leashes in place, and then throw my wax in there, and there's a FCS key, I think. Oh yeah, there it is. Throw that in there. Now the only thing that I didn't put in here is I also take some roof rack straps. You know, and there's room in the tail or in the nose section of the board bag that I can put in. Now you want to you know, just work the zippers around, kind of squeeze the bag closed, and you know, I've got that blanket which doesn't really fit in there properly, but just kind of tuck it all in and get the zippers closed, kind of squeeze the edges of the board bag together. You don't want to force it because you don't want to break the zipper, but everything does fit in there nicely, and it's also in there firm, and so that nothing's jiggling around. If your boards are sloshing around and stuff's sloshing around in your board, it's just, or in your board bag, things are going to get damaged. So you want to make sure everything is secure and in there nice and snug. And again, here I'm still just kind of tucking everything in and working the zippers closed. Give it a little shake here, jiggle, and it'll help just kind of get the board settled down in there. And it really looks like this is way too tight, but it's not. I've traveled with this bag for several years now and never had a problem, knock on wood. And once I get these zippers closed up here, I don't like to leave the zipper pulls on the side, because I feel like you know, that's if the baggage handlers are going to drop it, he's going to drop it on the rail. So I put the zipper pulls on the end, and that's the finished product. You can see the bulge of the towel up there at the front of the board, and that's it. Weighs 35 pounds, easy enough to carry. Everything's in there, safe and sound. Should be waiting for me just like that on the other end when I go to pick up my bags.